So to be honest, and I'm a Trump supporter, obviously, but I'm not sure that it's not just the same old thing. I don't know. I mean, I hope to be wrong about that. But in my opinion, the Trump administration would see somebody like me as the enemy because I believe that they will sooner protect, like all administrations, will protect the institution of Christianity rather than truly following God's word. And they would justify it. They would justify it that they're separate from the government, but you can't really say that with all the faith-based initiatives. Like you could say separation of church and state, but then there never should have been faith-based initiatives. I mean, I don't care either way. What I care about is it truly being about God. Now, many people would say the government isn't supposed to be about God. Well, no, everybody is, whether, the government's like that or not. I mean, they can set themselves up any way they want, and they can justify it any way they want, because I think what all of them do is that, well, this denomination is huge. We must protect it. But it's been at the cost of the vulnerable. And I don't think there's anybody in the Trump administration that would like me saying that. Because although I think that their intentions is to protect Christianity because Christians are persecuted, they're fine with the people truly speaking Jesus' word being persecuted. Because truly speaking Jesus' word is going after the denominations. Because there wouldn't have, if people would have followed Jesus' example and his words, then there wouldn't have, there would, and I understand everybody is flawed, okay? People make mistakes. I understand all that, but I do think that's why I think that the institution itself is a problem, because then the government thinks, because the government never wants to truly itself allow God. So it says, well, no, it's up to us to make sure that God's Christian denominations don't fall apart. We must protect them. So you end up protecting the structure while you say you're protecting Christianity, but you end up protecting the denomination, the institution itself, over the actual individuals. That's what I don't think God wanted. But do I think that the Trump administration would want to hear that? No. I don't think any administration would, nor do I think they'd care. But that's why I don't think, I don't personally think that anything truly will change. It will change for the people that adhere, that adhere to the line. But then I would fall back on Donald Trump's first term and say to him that it is because of him that I started speaking up. It is. Because of his speech about be the outsider. I mean, I know there was probably just some speech to him. I mean, but I'm not one to usually get pulled in by the motivational speeches and all. I kind of see that for what it is. But when he delivered that speech, I believed it. I believed it so much. I'm like, I believed it. And so I started speaking up. Even though I've done that in the past and it never works out for me, and that's the same thing that's happened now. But I've realized along this way that it's I don't think mankind ever wants to truly align with God. They want to align with the institutions that say they're about God. So the Trump administration can do whatever they want. I mean, the power is in their hands, but I will just say that it was Donald Trump's own words that made me start speaking up against the denominations of Christianity.